Helsinki, a city of clean lines, efficient public transport, and people who know exactly what they're doing. It was everything Vandalf the Grey was not. My once cosy caravan car had become a roving stink bomb, courtesy of Emma's surströmming disaster. Despite her best efforts with air fresheners, coffee grounds, and enough scented candles to bankrupt a Bath and Body Works, the smell had become part of the van. Like mildew in an old basement, it wasn't going anywhere. Emma sighed as we rolled into Helsinki, the scent wafting through the vents like a ghost of bad decisions past. "We'll figure this out, Fluffy," she said, trying to sound optimistic. "Oh, we'll figure it out. All right," I thought. "We'll figure out that you should have stuck to jam and left the fermented fish to people who enjoy suffering. Market mishaps and seagull sabotage." Emma, ever the eternal optimist, decided we'd start our Helsinki adventure at the market square. She bribed me with salmon jerky to get into the backpack carrier, though I made sure to glare at her as she zipped it shut. The market was everything you'd expect, busy, noisy, and full of overpriced knickknacks. Emma stopped at a stall selling salmiakki, Finnish salted licorice. She popped a piece in her mouth and immediately spat it back out, her face twisted in horror. "This tastes like soap and betrayal," she sputtered. "And yet you willingly bought it. Bravo, Emma, another brilliant culinary choice." Things only got worse. While Emma admired some handmade scarves, a seagull the size of a small plane swooped down, targeting her freshly brewed coffee. The bird knocked the cup clean out of her hand, spilling scalding coffee all over my carrier. Emma yelped. I yowled. The seagull flew off with the lid, cawing triumphantly. "Great," I thought, shaking coffee droplets from my fur. "First surströmming, now seagull espresso. This city is out to get me." The smell that ended it all. Back in Vandalf, the lingering stench of fermented fish had reached apocalyptic levels. No matter how many windows Emma opened, the smell clung to every surface like an angry poltergeist. Things came to a head that evening when a passerby knocked on the door. A middle-aged man in a windbreaker stood outside, his nose wrinkled. "Excuse me," he said, his Finnish accent heavy. "Your van, it smells bad." Emma tried to explain, but the man held up a hand. "No, it smells really bad. You cannot park here. Please move far away." And just like that, Vandalf the Grey's fate was sealed. The station wagon era. The next morning, Emma listed Vandalf for sale online. Unsurprisingly, the only buyer was a man with no sense of smell who thought he could flip the van for a profit. Emma sold it at a steep discount, her wallet considerably lighter but her nose finally free. In its place, she bought a silver Volkswagen station wagon, a car so dull it looked like it belonged in the parking lot of a corporate office. Emma tried to sell me on the upgrade. She spent hours customizing the passenger seat just for me, covering it with a plush blanket and attaching a small basket for my snacks. She even mounted a tablet to play YouTube videos of birds and squirrels. At first, I was suspicious. Then I saw a playlist, Cats and Beats, complete with lo-fi remixes of purring noises and the occasional meow. When the radio station played Catnip Dreams, I almost forgave her for the surströmming incident. Almost. Helsinki adventures. With Vandalf gone, we stayed at a small guest house on the outskirts of the city. Emma was thrilled. I was not. The room smelled like industrial-strength bleach, and the bedspread looked like it hadn't been updated since Titanic was in theatres. I perched on the windowsill, glaring at Emma as she unpacked. "This will be fun, Fluffy," she said cheerfully. "Fun. Fun is a private caravan where I can ignore you in peace. This is purgatory with a minibar." The next day, we explored Helsinki. Emma dragged me through cobblestone streets, past colourful buildings and an alarming number of coffee shops. She insisted on taking a photo of me in front of the Helsinki Cathedral, holding up my carrier like Simba in The Lion King. Locals stared. I plotted revenge. The historical detour. At one point, Emma decided to inject some culture into our trip by visiting the Suomenlinna Sea Fortress. Built in the 18th century, it's a UNESCO World Heritage Site and a symbol of Finnish resilience. It was originally built to defend against the Russians, Emma explained as we walked along the cobblestone paths. Defend against the Russians? Judging by the number of tourists here, it's now defending against Instagram influencers. We passed a group of tourists snapping selfies with a cannon. One woman was dressed in an outfit so impractical I was convinced she thought she was auditioning for Pirates of the Caribbean. The Finnish farewell. By the end of our stay, Helsinki had tested me in every way possible. Between the seagulls, the licorice, and the lingering trauma of Vandalf, I was ready to leave. Emma, however, seemed energized. As we loaded up the station wagon, she looked at me and said, "This is the start of something new, Fluffy. Hotels, guest houses, adventure." New? Yes. Better? Absolutely not. But at least it doesn't smell like surströmming anymore. As we drove out of the city, Catnip Dreams played softly on the radio. I curled up in my plush passenger seat, already scheming how to make Emma regret every future hotel booking. The road ahead was long, but at least for now, Helsinki was behind us, and with it, the smell of regret.